Today we're going over bad Magic the Gathering combos that actually work. Alright, we're going to start all off with Eye of the Storm, a blue-blue 5 generic enchantment. Whenever a player plays an instant or sorcery spell, remove it from the game. Then that player copies each instant and sorcery card removed from the game with Eye of the Storm. For each copy, the player may play the copy without paying its mana cost. Alright, so what card are we going to exile? We're going to exile Memory Plunder. My god, it's a... Okay, well, I'm assuming we're not going to be playing with any black, but it is a Dimir hybrid card. Instant. You may cast target instant or sorcery card from an opponent's graveyard without paying its mana cost. And the whole idea is, okay, we got our Eye of the Storm out, we play the Memory Plunder. Memory Plunder gets exiled by Eye of the Storm. Memory Plunder, when it resolves, is going to let us play an instant or sorcery from someone else's graveyard. Then, whenever a player plays an instant or sorcery card removed from the game, are we removing our opponent's cards also from the game? And then that player copies each instant or sorcery card removed from the game with Eye of the Storm. For each copy, the player may play the copy without paying its mana cost. So we get, every single time we play a spell, we get a Memory Plunder, which is going to target one of our opponent's instant or sorcery cards, which is going to continue to trigger the Memory Plunder. And I guess we get to replay all the instants and sorceries that we just copied, because they'll also get exiled with the Eye of the Storm. This is crazy. You better believe the Eye of the Storm. You're going to plunder your memory. Alright, so that's the first one to start the show off. Now another one is a bit weird. Kelden Battlewagon. For 5 mana, we have a 0/3 artifact creature with trample. Kelden Battlewagon can't block. When Kelden Battlewagon attacks, sacrifice it at end of combat. So it better win on the spot. And then tap an untap creature you control. Kelden Battlewagon gets +X/+0 until end of turn, where X is the tapped creature's power. Alright, so how are we going to buff this thing up? Sapling Burst. There's a lot of cleaner combos with Sapling Burst, but this is a bad combo show, so it fits quite perfectly. It's got Fading 7, so it gets 7 Fading counters. Whenever you remove a Fading counter, you get an XX Sapling with power and toughness equal to the number of Fading counters on Sapling Burst. So the deal is this. We're gonna remove one Fading counter. It's a 6/6 creature. Tap it to give Kelden Battlewagon a +6/+0. Then we're gonna remove another Fading counter. Now we got a 5/5 Sapling. Tap that to give it another +5/+0. Now we're up to 11. And then we go down to 4, which goes to 15, 15, 18, 20, 21. We got 21 damage with the Kelden Battlewagon. You didn't think that thing was dangerous until the Sapling Burst hit. And if you're playing Commander, then you still don't care, because 21 damage. I mean, this can't be your Commander, so 21 regular damage, nothing to fear here. Alright, we got the Black Lance Geo with Stuffy Doll plus Star of Extinction. Hold on, Stuffy Doll. We all know the Stuffy Doll. Stuffy Doll, 5 mana, indestructible. Enters the battlefield, you choose a player. And whenever Stuffy Doll is dealt damage, it deals that much damage to the chosen player. Tap it. Stuffy Doll deals 1 damage to itself. Don't hurt yourself. Stop hurting yourself. Star of Extinction. What is this one? Who doesn't love Stuffy Doll? Who owns foil Stuffy Dolls out there? Star of Extinction, red, 5 generic. Destroy target land. Star of Extinction deals 20 damage to each creature and each planeswalker. Wow, Stuffy Doll, you're taking 20 damage. What, am I reading this correctly? This started off with blowing up 1 land. Okay, it's very... oh, this is an Ixalan card. It's very fitting. It's what happened to our dinosaurs. It's what's going to happen to, I guess, the Stuffy Doll. 20 damage. Nothing survives 20 damage. They all get wiped out. Goodbye, goodbye everything. Goodbye you! The Stuffy Doll's gonna take 20 damage and redirect it to you. Alright, excellent. This is a beautifully terrible combo. Only because it's clunky. It's not... It's so weird. Blow up one land, deal 20 to everything. Anyway, nice combo. Jacob with the super chat. Animar, Soul of Elements plus Ancestral Statue. We got Animar here. Red, blue, green, legendary element. A 1/1 creature. Pro white, pro black. Whenever you cast a creature spell, put a +1/+1 counter on Animar. Soul of Elements. Creature spells you cast cost 1 less to cast for each +1/+1 counter on Animar. And the other card was Ancestral Statue. No explanation of the combo, huh? I gotta decipher this. 4 mana for 3/4 creature, and when it's a golem. When Ancestral Statue enters the battlefield, return a non-land permanent you control to its owner's hand. Alright, so enters the battlefield, return a non-land permanent you control to its owner's hand. Whenever you cast a creature spell, put a +1/+1 counter on Animar. Creature spells you cast cost 1 less to cast for each +. Oh, I see. So if we have enough counters on Animar, this be free. This is free real estate. And when it enters the battlefield, return a non-land permanent. Ancestral Statue, you are the non-land permanent. We just bounce you perpetually till the cows come home. We bounce it over and over again, and Animar gets infinitely big. However big we want it to be. For as long as no one's interacting, you know, they could kill this, they could kill this Ancestral Statue. But that's why it's a bad combo. And we like bad combos around here. Isaiah! The Lullmage Mentor. Oh, this is gonna be great, because I know Lullmage Mentor is such a... How do I put it? Lullmage Mentor is a terrible card. Okay, let's see what you've cooked up. Blue, 1 generic. This is a super bulk rare as far as I'm concerned. 2/2 creature. Whenever a spell or ability you control counters a spell, you may put a you may put a 1/1 blue merfolk creature token onto the battlefield. Tap 7 untap merfolk. Counter target spell. Many voices are needed to quiet this land. Yes, many. Which is why it makes you unplayable. Intruder alarm. Creatures don't untap during their controller's untap steps. Whenever a creature comes into play, untap all creatures. Oh, so whenever a spell or ability you control counters a spell. So you tap your 7 merfolk. Who knows how you got up to that point, but if you do, you counter the creature, you get another token, and then you get to untap them all, and boom, you basically have infinite counter spells. Infinite counters. Lovely. Okay, we've got Sloyum, Sliver Queen, Heartstone, Ashnod's Altar. It was Altar, wasn't it? It was. Alright, Sliver Queen. What? Oh, our beautiful queen. Wooburg. The OG Woo... I think this was the first Wooburg? If I'm not mistaken, I might be wrong. For 7/7, pay 2, put a colorless Sliver creature token onto the battlefield. And then Heartstone, not to be mistaken with Hearthstone. 3 mana artifact. The cost of each creature ability requiring activation cost is reduced by 1. This cannot reduce an ability's generic mana cost to less than 1. Well, no crap. We're supposed to get mana out of it? So, okay, it costs 2 mana to make these slivers. Now it costs 1. What does Ashnod Altars do? Sack a creature, add colorless to your mana pool. Infinite mana. So we net mana. Instead of paying 2, we get 1. It only costs 1, so we spend 1 to get the sliver. We sack it, and then we get 2 mana. We can spend 1 mana to get the creature, and we have infinite mana. Beautiful. Jacob! Heroic Intervention. Plus Spore Weaver. Okay, heroic. Heroic intervention. Then we have Spore Web Weaver. And Terror of the Peaks. Alrighty then. Starting with Heroic Intervention. 1 green, 1 generic. Permanents you control gain hexproof and indestructible until end of turn. And we got the Spore Web Weaver. What the hell does this have to do with this? So, green 2 generic, 1/4 creature, reach. Hexproof from blue. Okay. Whenever Spore Web Weaver is dealt damage, you gain a life, and you create a 1/1 green sapling creature token. Okay, so whenever it's dealt damage, you gain a life, we get a token. And then we have Terror of the Peaks. Spells your opponents cast that target Terror of the Peaks cost an additional 3 life. But whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, Terror of the Peaks deals damage equal to that creature's power to any target. Ah! Okay, so we got a little bit of infinite damage thing going here, where so this will make a token, and then we get to create some damage, and we can re-damage the Spore Weaver, because whenever it's dealt damage, we're going to gain infinite life and infinite creatures. But there's one problem. It's going to die. I've been in that situation, actually, in a tournament game online, where someone was assembling a combo, but they were going to kill the creature. Like, it was like this. They were going to continuously deal damage to the creature, and eventually they realized they were going to kill the creature, and then the combo went womp womp. But we got the Heroic Intervention. Permanents you control gain hexproof and indestructible until end of turn. So hexproof means you can still target your stuff, not your opponent, but it's indestructible. So the Spore Web Weaver now can take infinite damage. So you gain infinite life, get infinite creatures. Nice. That's why we got the Heroic Intervention. Nice, beautiful combo. Mr. Deadhead, Earthcraft with Squirrel Nest plus. Come on, that's a good combo. We want bad combos on this show. We want bad combos. Frosty Complete says Wurmcoil Engine plus Altar of the. Oh god, too many cards. Okay, Wurmcoil Engine. Altar of the Brood. Ashnod's Altar. Again, everyone with Ashnod's Altar. This seems to be the combo piece that makes bad combos playable. Without Ashnod's Altar, they're all unplayable. And Nim Deathmantle. Thank you very much for having all the correct names to all these cards. Why are we even playing with Wurmcoil Engine? Okay, it's a 6/6 Death Touch lifelink. It dies, you get a 3/3 artifact with Death Touch, 3/3 lifelink with Death Touch. Altar of the Brood. Whenever another permanent enters the battlefield under your control, each opponent puts the top card of his or her library into his or her graveyard. Alright, we can sack artifacts, so we can sack, I guess, our Wurmcoil Engine at the moment and get some mana out of it. Then you get some artifacts out of the deal. Nim Deathmantle. 2 mana equipment. Equipped creature gets +2/+2, has Intimidate, and is a black zombie. Whenever a non-token creature is put into your graveyard from the battlefield, you may pay 4. If you do, return that card to the battlefield and attach Nim Deathmantle to it. So I'm guessing we equip the Wurmcoil Engine with the Nim Deathmantle, and then we sack our Wurmcoil Engine, and we get infinite. So whenever a non-token creature is put into your graveyard from the battlefield, you may pay 4. We can pay 4 probably with Ashnod's Altar. Oh, and the tokens that we're going to get off of our Wurmcoil Engine, because we'll get 2 wormy tokens. And then every single time the worms, both the Wurmcoil Engine and also the lifelink and Death Touch worm, when they enter the battlefield, we get to, when it enters the battlefield, each opponent puts the top card of his or her library into the graveyard. And we just keep infinitely doing this. Sacking the Wurmcoil Engine gets the Nim Deathmantle back over and over and over again, and then we get, like, infinite mill. Beautiful. Beautiful. Hey, don't you go anywhere. We got to thank our sponsors. We're going to talk about more bad combos. We got to thank the sponsors, FusionGamingOnline.com. This is the place I get all my sealed product whenever I don't buy much sealed product. It's usually just for a video. But all my singles! This is the first place I go to get all my magic cards. And if you want to support the show, which why wouldn't you? You love Coffee and MTG. You'll shop at FusionGamingOnline.com. Don't forget to use coupon code Nikachu at checkout for an additional 5% off all your purchases. And we're also going to thank Mana Traders, the premier place to rent magic cards online. Your ability to play any deck, any format, whenever you want. You can play Pioneer when it's relevant. You can play Modern when it's relevant. Then if you hate Modern, go to Pioneer. A lot of people did that. And do you know what? They're going to come back to Modern. So if you're fussy with formats, this is the service for you. And you can support the channel using my Mana Traders link in the description below, or save 10% off your first 2 months. I know I have a new coupon code. Well, I'll use the old one. Nikachu, R-U-E. And now back to the bad combos. Okay, what do we got, Jacob? Jacob's just super chatted. Oops. No, you didn't super chat. Of course, we just did that one. Mr. Wapsis says, hey, Nikachu, are you looking for this kind of combo? Westgate Regent and Curious Obsession. Probably. Westgate Regent. I have no idea what this is. And you're going to put a Curious Obsession on it? Okay. So, Westgate Regent, black, 3 generic, 4/4 flying, ward, discard a card. It's a vampire. Whenever Westgate Regent deals combat damage to a player, put that many +1/+1 counters on it. Flying, ward, discard. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, put that many +1/+1 counters on it. I think this is a little too bad. This doesn't really do anything, right? Gets +1/+1 whenever it deals combat damage to a player, you draw a card. There's no, like, real combo here. Unless you meant, like, you draw a card for dealing damage sort of combo. Which is not really a combo. Deals that much? Am I missing something here? I don't know. I don't think I'm missing anything here. Alright, we'll go with Corey's combo. 3/3 Dusk Mantle plus Mindcrank is the best. Dusk Mantle. Is that Dusk Mantle Recruiter? I don't know which Dusk Mantle you mean. I mean, I'm guessing Dusk Mantle Guildmage, but do you need more than one? I don't think you need more than one Dusk Mantle to make this thing work. Where they combo off and mill infinite. Whenever an opponent loses life, that player mills that many cards. And then you can activate this ability. Whenever a card is put into a graveyard from anywhere that turn, that player loses 1 life. Well, sorry. Target player puts the top 2 cards of his or her life. Whenever a card is put into an opponent's graveyard from anywhere this turn, that player loses life. And this one says whenever players lose life, they mill cards. Foytek with the super chat. Thank you so much. Dubious Challenge, Eater of Days, and Hushbringer. Dubious Challenge. This is a Dubious Challenge. Eater of Days. You want Hushbringer, which will remove everyone's... Oh no, it removes the triggers. It doesn't remove abilities. Dubious Challenge. Green 3 generic sorcery. Look at the top 10 cards of your library. Exile up to 2 creature cards from among them. Then shuffle your library. Exile up to 2 creature cards. Then shuffle your library. Target opponent may choose one of the exiled cards and put it onto the battlefield under his or her control. Put the rest onto the battlefield under your control. What does that mean by put the rest? Do you mean put the... Oh, your opponent may opt not to put the card onto the battlefield. Okay, gotcha. Alright, we got that one. Then we have Eater of Days. Oh! You have to be lucky that these are going to be in the top 10 cards. Alright, Eater of Days is like a 9/8 creature, flying trample. When Eater of Days comes into play, you skip your next 2 turns. And then Hushbringer says, flying lifelink, creatures entering the battlefield or dying don't cause abilities to trigger. So hold on, these are the 2 cards we're going to find with Dubious Challenge? Target opponent may choose one of the exiled cards put onto the battlefield, but why wouldn't they want to just take the Eater of Days? Or how does this work? I'm pretty sure how... Someone help me here. I'm assuming that nothing happens, but they could take the Eater of Days, and then we get the Hushbringer, right? Yes, your opponent can either get Eater with downside and lose 2 turns, or or give you Eater with downside. It's a win-win. Oh, it's not. It's gonna trigger upon ETB. The Hushbringer won't stop it. Creatures entering the battlefield or dying don't cause abilities to trigger. All right, well, it sounds like somebody's gonna get an Eater of Days. But you know what? It's a bad combo. I didn't say these combos had to be good, but they do have to do something, and this one did something. Swans of Bryn Argyle. This is not. Okay, you know what? This is a popular bad combo. Swans of Bryn Argyle. This is actually a well-known bad combo. And then we have and do what? I mean, it's just a combo by itself with Seismic Assault. But you're giving an alternate. You're giving an alternate win condition. What's up with that? And then Treasure Hunt? What's the point of Treasure Hunt? That's like completely unnecessary. Oops. Treasure Hunt. Treasure Hunt is completely unnecessary to this combo. There's a Treasure Hunter. Wow. Okay. Swans of Bryn Argyle. White, basically, Azorius hybrids, 2 generic for a 4/3 flyer. If Azorius would deal damage to Swans of Bryn Argyle, Bryn Argyle, prevent that damage, its source's controller draws cards equal to the damage prevented this way. And then you go Seismic Assault, discard a land card, Seismic Assault deals 2 damage to any target. And what you do is you just target your swans for eternity. That's all you do. Just target your swans, you'll draw 2 cards, you'll very likely draw your entire deck. So long as you have enough lands, like ideally you have something like more than 50% of your deck is lands, but just targeting the swans should do the job. You would have to get unlucky to draw 2 lands. You would have to be unlucky to have no more lands left in your hand, and then you draw 2 non-land cards. But then just in case, I guess you can play Treasure Hunt. Reveal cards on the top of your library until you reveal a non-land card. Then put all cards revealed this way into your hand. And then shoot your opponent to death. That's how you do it. We're going to shoot them to death. Boom! This is this is like a known combo. But it's not good enough for competitive play. We'll just put it that way. Jacob with the super chat. Sage of Hours plus Elite Arcanist with bursts. Oh god, there's a lot of cards here. Sage of Hours. Which is a terrible card. Terrible. Sage of Hours. Elite Arcanist. We have to put the Burst of Strength on the Elite Arcanist. And then a Johnny Mentor of Heroes. Oops, it's a Johnny Mentor. There we go. Sage of Hours, +1. Sorry, it's a 1/1 creature with heroic. Whenever you cast a spell that targets Sage of Hours, put a +1/+1 counter on it. Then remove all +1/+1 counters on Sage of Hours. For each 5 counters removed this way, take an extra turn after this one. Near damn impossible to pull off. I think whoever, if you can pull this off, you're living in Jankland. So now we have the Elite Arcanist for a blue and 3 generic, a 1/1 creature. When it enters the battlefield, you may exile an instant card from your hand. Pay X, tap. Oh, so it's like, what's it called? It's like that artifact for instant sorceries, but now we've got a blue creature for it. Pay X, tap, copy the exiled card. You may cast the copy without paying its mana cost. X is the converted mana cost of the exiled card. Oh, but we're basically still casting it. And then what we're going to do is put Burst of Strength on the creature. Oh, we're going to exile Burst of Strength to the Elite Arcanist. So we have infinite Burst of Strength. Put a +1/+1 counter on target creature and untap it. And the idea is now when we target the Sage of Hours, we're going to put a +1/+1 counter on it, and it's going to get a +1/+1 counter for the heroic. But that's the combo. I mean, that's what do you need more stuff for? What do you need? A Johnny Mentor of Heroes? Yeah, I was thinking of Isochron Scepter. It was like a blue. It was like a blue creature Isochron Scepter. A Johnny Mentor of Heroes, green, white, 3 generic for a 4 loyalty. A Johnny Planeswalker. You go +1, distribute 3 +1/+1 counters among 1, 2, or 3 target creatures you control. I mean, you could just say a Johnny plus the Sage of Hours is the combo, right? I think that's good enough. This Elite Arcanist thing, not really all that necessary. And you just dump counters on that poor fool. You just dump the counters. Anyway, this is like a combo with some extra unnecessaries. But you're right. You're gonna get some extra turns off of this Sage of Hours, and then you can just repeat it, I guess, with the Ajani. Oh yeah, I guess that's what it is. You have infinite turns at this point, so you need the Ajani for infinite turns. This isn't like good value between Ajani putting 3 counters and then Elite Arcanist putting 2 counters. You'll just do this for forever. You just keep removing counters. You have infinite turns. That is the most convoluted extra turn combo I've ever seen. Oh, I'm interested with this one. What is Blood Moon and Conversion? What's that all about? Okay, Blood Moon. We know this one. Non-basic lands are mountains. Conversion. At the beginning of your upkeep, sacrifice Conversion unless you pay white. All mountains are plains. So basically, you turned everything into a mountain, and then you played Conversion. Now everything's a plains. Now, well, if you liked, I guess, you know, if Blood Moon is good enough, you keep the Blood Moon on the battlefield. But if it's not good enough, if people are playing their red spells, then you're like, okay, you know what? We're gonna switch it up. We're gonna play Conversion, and now all the mountains became plains, and then you have, you know, your mountains are plains, so you can pay this upkeep cost for eternity. Okay, Chris says, Sheoldred the Apocalypse puts Glimpse into the Abyss. Sheoldred the Apocalypse puts, plus Glimpse into the Abyss. Glimpse into the Abyss. Glimpse into, maybe Glimpse into Abyss? Oh, we don't know what the second card is. Sorry, Chris. I don't know what the second combo card is. All right, Wojtek. Wojtek is back. Jank as hell. Bolduvian Shaman. Bolduvian Shaman. 9 lives and Zedruu. 9 lives. Zedruu. What on earth is this? We got a goat! Oh no, it's a Minotaur. Looked like a goat to me. Okay, Bolduvian Shaman. Blue. Summon... Okay, forget all the words there. I'm gonna read the flavor, like the Oracle text. Tap, change the text of target white enchantment you control that doesn't have cumulative upkeep by replacing all instances of one color word with another. That enchantment gains cumulative upkeep. Okay, and you said that the point of this is you turn 9 lives into a time bomb by giving it cumulative upkeep and send it to someone else. I like that! Okay, so hexproof. If a source would deal damage to you, prevent that much damage, and put an incarnation counter on 9 lives. When there are 9 or more incarnation counters on 9 lives, exile it. But the last one is when 9 lives leaves the battlefield, by any means at all, you lose the game. And so what? So target opponent gains control of target permanent you control. You can also just donate it. So it's just basically give 9 lives cumulative upkeep and then give it to somebody. So this is Mr. Zedruu. I heard so much about you. Or Mrs. Zedruu, I'm not sure. The Great Hearted. Everyone said, I always hear, oh, that would be great in a Zedruu deck. Oh, that's a Zedruu piece. Zedruu this, Zedruu that. Must be a popular card. Oh, it was Peer into the Abyss? Okay, we're going to go back to the Sheoldred one. Sheoldred. Sheoldred. Then peer into the abyss. Okay, peer into the, okay, first off, Sheoldred, the Apocalypse. Black, black, 2 generic for a 4/5 Phyrexian Praetor. And Death Touch. Whenever you draw a card, you may gain 2 life. Whenever an opponent draws a card, they lose 2 life. I lost to this card in a big tournament recently. It was annoying because I found out it was a 1-of in their deck. Peer into the Abyss. Black, 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 4 generic sorcery. Target player draws cards equal to half the number of cards in their library and loses half their life. They already lost enough life. Round up each time. So, okay, like you lose... Target player draws cards equal to half the number of cards in their library. On average, aren't you just going to kill someone with just Peer to the Abyss? This actually looks like just a win condition, isn't it? Like, in a commander game, if you can ramp this out on, like, turn 3 or 4, they're dead. This is just... I didn't know that there was a card so close to... Like, a 1-card combo that says you win the... Like, you destroy target player. This literally... This card is not even expensive enough. I think this card should be more money. I guess it's sort of a crappy way to lose, though. No, you draw all your cards, you die. Oh, hold on. They lose... Target player draws... Oh, no, hold on. Half the life, round up. Target player draws cards equal to half the number of cards in their library and loses half... Oh, sorry. Yeah, lose... Oh, sorry. They lose half their life. They don't lose life equal to the cards. They just lose half their life. So you go from, like, 40 to 20. But don't worry. Sheoldred finishes you off. This is a 2-card combo. Yeah, it only kills half of them. I like how you put that one, Richie. It only kills half of them. Don't worry, you're not dead. I just killed half of you. Jacob Meager with a super chat. Mr. Oh, sorry, not Mr. Mere Landshaper. Mere Landshaper and Splinter? Sorry. Mere Landshaper and Splinter. Never heard of it. Okay, what does the Mere Landshaper do? 3 mana for a 1/1. Tap, target land becomes an artifact in addition to its other types until end of turn. And then we've got the Splinter, green, green, 2 generic. Remove target artifact from the game. Search its controller's graveyard, hand, and library for all cards with the same name as that artifact. Remove them from the game. That player then shuffles their library. Oh! Goodbye, basic lands. Target land becomes an artifact. All right, your island. Okay, control player. Oh, you tapped out to play your Supreme Verdict? Well, now I'm going to blow up all your lands. All the islands, that is. Take all the basics out. Or it will even suck even harder for the burn player. That's on mono red. The mono red burn player, all mountains. They'll just, you know, good luck casting your Fire Blast now. I like that. Okay, Kegum. Luminous Broodmoth. Let's see, we got Luminous. If I can get this. Luminous Brood Moth. Solemnity. And Croxa. What do you need Croxa in this for? We have it looks like a nice little Abzan deck over here. Okay, Luminous Brood Moth. Oh, it's a moth. Literally a moth. Show them the lamp. There should be is there any lamp combos with this moth? You gotta someone give me a lamp combo. Okay, so we or a lantern. White, 2 generic for a 3/4 flyer. Whenever a creature you control without flying dies, return it to the battlefield under its owner's control with a flying counter on it. No way. Hold on. Whenever a creature you control without flying dies. Okay, Solemnity. Players can't get counters. Counters can't be put on artifact creatures or enchantments or lands. Do you need that? So Croxa. So what happens is you pay 2 mana for Croxa, enters the battlefield, sacrifice it unless it escaped, which it's never going to escape. Whenever Croxa enters the battlefield or attacks, each opponent discards a card, and then each opponent who didn't discard a card, who didn't discard a non-land card this way loses 3 life. Is it each player? So each opponent? It's each opponent. Each opponent. Isn't that a 2-card combo? I don't understand the point of the Solemnity. So hold on. It's whenever a creature you control without flying dies, return it. Oh, it can't have flying. I get it. So it would have a flying counter, but we're going to prevent it from having the flying counter. So what happens is Croxa enters the battlefield. It dies, but then it's going to come back to the battlefield because Luminous Broodmoth says, whenever a creature you control without flying dies, return it, bring it back, but put a counter on it. No, don't put a counter on it. And then Croxa says, well, okay, I don't have a counter. Anyway, I didn't escape. I didn't escape, just this moth showed me this party. So anyway, I'm out of here, but then he's going to come back again because the Broodmoth says it comes back, and then you can basically kill everyone at the table. That's a pretty cool combo. That is a wonderfully bad combo. We've got Luke. Luca for 0. What is this thing? Furnace of Wrath? Wrath the person, not the wrath of God. Chaos Lace? Of on Justice. There's gonna be some justice here. Justice, the actual card. Self-damage with red, triggering escalating damage. Break the chain with reverse damage, then use Calculus to prove to your opponent that you have infinite life. What? Oh, Calculus, you mean because you have an infinite curve. Okay, Furnace of Wrath. Red, 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 1 generic. If a source would deal damage to a creature or player, it deals double that damage to that creature or player instead. Then we have Chaos Lace. 1 red. Change the color of target spell or target permanent to red. Cost to cast, tap, or maintain a red, or use a special ability of target remain unchanged. So I'm guessing that we were going to change Justice to red. During your upkeep, pay white, white, or bury Justice. Whenever any red creature or spell assigns damage, Justice deals an amount of damage to that creature or spell's controller. Self-damage. Whenever any red creature or spell assigns damage, Justice deals an amount of damage. Oh, I see. Okay, so, Justice will deal damage and then deal infinite damage because it will become red thanks to the Chaos Lace. Finally, changing the color of a spell or changing a land type finally matters. It danger. Yes, that's right. It danger. It definitely danger. Oblivion Stone and Sun Titan? Is that a combo itself? Oblivion... Sun Titan. Oops. Oops, not Sundering. Sun Titan. We want the Sun Titan. Okay, Sun Titan. Enters the battlefield or attacks. You may return target permanent card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. Okay, so then we bring the Oblivion Stone back. Oh, is the idea just, like, put a... Hold on, how is this working? How is this a combo? Unless you, like, blew up everything and you just want to play a Sun Titan and then bring it all back. Oh, sorry, it attacks as well. Whenever it attacks, it also brings stuff back. So you can put a Fate counter on the Sun Titan, making it invincible, and then you just, once every second turn, I guess, you blow everything up. You blow everything up with the Sun Titan. Once every 2 turns? That's a bad combo. Clarinet Guy, thank you very much for the super chat. Armageddon and Boros Charm. Is that it? Oh, wait a minute. Armageddon. What does Armageddon say? Destroy all lands, but Boros Charm says, my permanents you control gain indestructible until end of turn. Okay, so step 1, blow everything up. Oh, by the way, while it's on the stack, I'm going to make my lands indestructible. So only you losers lose all your lands. It's not a spell at that point, it's an enchantment. Hold on, let's go look back. Let's go verify this thing. Whenever a red creature or spell... Hold on, let me look. Whenever a red creature or spell deals damage, Justice deals that much damage to that creature or spell's controller. If a source would deal damage to a creature or player, it deals double that damage to that creature or player instead. Oh, does this not work? Is this broken? If a source would deal damage, it deals double that damage to that creature or player. Whenever any red creature or spell assigns damage, Justice deals an amount of damage equal to that creature's or spell's controller. This is not a spell. This is a source. This might not work. let me know. Do you guys think this works or not? Maybe this one don't work. I don't think this one works anymore. Joseph with the super chat. Teysa and Mindbend. Oops. Teysa Orzhov Scion. Here we go. More of these weirdo cards. Change the text of target permanent by replacing all instances of one color word with another one or basic land type with another one. So what are we doing with Teysa? Sacrifice 3 white creatures, remove target creature from the game. Whenever another black creature you control is put into a graveyard from play, put a 1/1 white spirit creature token with flying into play. So, oh, I guess the idea... No, put a 1/1 white spirit creature token, sacrifice 3 white. I don't know why you would want to change anything with Mindbend. Okay, so it doesn't work? Alright, it doesn't work. Okay, we're not done with this combo. We're talking the, the Justice combo. Sorry, the Justice combo don't work. You tried so hard. Okay, I don't know what the combo is here with Mindbend. What are we changing here? Like, are we changing white creatures to blue creatures or something? Whenever another black creature you control is put into a graveyard. Oh, you want to put white. Oh, I get it. Whenever another black creature, so we change from black to white. So now whenever another white creature you control is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, we put the white spirit creatures back into play. So we sack 3 white creatures, remove target creature from the game. And then, so we get it, but we replace them. So we can infinitely remove creatures from the game. That's right. We change in the black to the white. That's not bad. That is not a bad combo. The only bad part is you have to splash blue in what is likely your Orzhov deck in order to, you know, fit that card in there. Alright, we got Caspi, Hushwing Griff. And the Worm... Uh-oh. Hushwing something. There we go. The Griff. Wurmfang Manta. And we have a teleportation circle. Janky infinite turns is the thing. Okay, so we've got Hushwing Griff says creatures entering the battlefield don't cause abilities to trigger. That's lame. Wurmfang Manta says when Wurmfang Manta enters the battlefield, you skip your next turn, which isn't going to happen anymore because of the Hushwing Griff. And then when Wurmfang Manta leaves play, you take an extra turn after this one. Aha! See, this Hushwing Griff prevents ETBs, but not like death triggers. Okay, so how are we getting rid of this thing? Teleportation circle. At the beginning of your end step, exile up to 1 target artifact or creature you control, then return that card to the battlefield under its owner's control. Whenever it leaves play. That is great! That is really great. Actually, I think this is a great combo. I like this one. And you don't have to splat. And it's like not a 3-color combo either. You get to play with 2 colors. And it works. That's a nice combo. Okay, triple 3. Jaliva. Also, I love your avatar. Jaliva plus extra turn or additional combat. What? Is this all? This sounds like a very plus. Is there a card called extra turn? I don't think so. Are you like asking us to make a combo out of this? Okay, Jaliva plus extra turn or additional combat spells. So like any extra. Okay, so like time warp. Okay, so when Jaliva Scourge enters the battlefield, each player exiles the top X cards of his or her library, where X is the amount of mana spent to cast Jaliva. And when Jaliva attacks, you may cast an instant or sorcery card exiled with it without paying its mana cost. So what? We have to somehow run into our opponent's extra turn spells. That is a bad combo. Robert says, "Nikachu, please marry my wife." Okay, hold on. There was one. Someone's all capsing. Okay, so let's give them this. Jacob, doubling season Dak Faden ultimate. Oh man, we need the ultimate to Dak Faden to make this work. Doubling season. Dak Faden ultimate. Then we need Battlefield something. And then we need Launch the Fleet. This is the first combo where we need to ultimate a Planeswalker to make this work. Which is going to make it extra bad. I like my combo with extra bad. Okay, doubling season. If an effect would create one or more something, create double of it. If an effect would put one or more counters on a permanent, double it as well. Then we got Dak Faden. You get an emblem whenever you... So the -6 is whenever you cast a spell that targets one or more permanents, you gain control of those permanents. Battlefield Thaumaturg. I don't know this word. Blue 1 generic for a 2/1. Each instant and sorcery spell you cast costs 1 less to cast for each creature it targets. And heroic, whenever you cast a spell that targets Battlefield Thaumaturg. Battlefield Thaumaturg. We're calling him Thauma. Battlefield Thauma gains hexproof until end of turn. And then we've got the Launch the Fleet. So what is the point of this one? Launch the Fleet costs 1 more to cast for each target beyond the first. Until end of turn, any number of target creatures each gain whenever this creature attacks. Put a 1/1 white soldier creature token onto the battlefield tapped and attacking. Okay, so if I understand correctly, we're going to target our opponent's stuff with this card, right? Okay, each instant sorcery spell you cast costs 1 less to cast for each creature it targets. Oh, okay, so basically for 1 white, we can target everything. And it's all ours, right? What's the point of the doubling season? If an effect would create 1 or more... I don't understand that part. Because all we need to do is... Or were you trying to ramp up the counters on Dak Vaden to ultimate really quickly? I don't understand the counter. Oh no, you mean creatures. Oh, we get double the creatures? So put a plus, whatever. I'm not sure. I understand the Launch the Fleet part. If there's doubling season to get Dak to 6 counters. That is terrible. That's the only thing I can see too. You're a 4-color deck just to ramp Dak up as quickly as possible. Yeah, you do double the tokens, but I don't think it's necessary to the combo. Basically, you're going to steal all your opponent's stuff. Okay, Anna. Demonic Consultation. Naming a card you don't have in your deck. Jace, Wielder of Mysteries. These bad combos, Anna. We want bad... That is a good combo. But you know what? Technically, I don't know. Do people play this at all? In Commander? Oops, what am I doing? Demonic Consultation. Like, we know, like, the classic one is Demonic Consultation into Thassa's Oracle. But this is just as good. Yeah, because Jay says if you were to draw a card while your library has no cards in it, you win the game instead. So just get rid of your library. But that's a good combo, in my opinion. It's a good one. Okay, I'm looking for SRAM O's. Have you done this combo yet? That one technically is tournament. Well, it used to be tournament competitive. Yeah, this is the main win con of CEDH. Yeah, it's a good combo. Give it the buzzer again. Thassa's Oracle is a good one. Jace is 4 mana, so it's a bad one. It's still playable. It's still possible, though. Like, Jace isn't terrible by itself. Like, you draw cards off of it. Gunblade Knight with the super chat. My favorite combo. Spy Kit, Magnetic Theft. Spy Kit. Magnetic Theft. Oops. Where am I going? And Eradicate. Thanks so much for the super chat. Spy Kit, 2 mana. Equipment. Equipped creature gets +1/+1 and has all names of non-legendary creature cards in addition to its name. Come on. Equipped creature gets +1/+1 and has all names of non-legendary creature cards in addition to its name. What a weird card! Imitation is the sincerest form of treachery. Yeah, that's also called identity theft in some places. Magnetic Theft. Attach target equipment to target creature. That is an equipment, but why would you need to magnetic theft it? Eradicate. Black, black, 2 generic. Remove target non-black creature from the game. Search its control, its graveyard, hand, and library for all cards with the same name as that creature and remove them from the game. That player then shuffles his or her library. So you're just going to hit every single... What a weird card. Has all names of non-legendary creature cards in addition to its name. So you basically wipe out older non-legendaries. So the idea is you give your opponent the spy kit with the magnetic theft. That is so weird. And then I guess that's the only way you can force them to have your equipment, and then you eradicate the creature. Disgusting. So Nexus says Hasbro plus MTG 30th anniversary equals 40% stock drop. Yeah, that's a bad combo. That's a bad combo. Okay, yeah, Sven says Vadrock? Vadrock. Plus Sinister Reflections. Plus any mutate card. Okay, I pick... You guys have to give me a mutate card. I can't pick one. No, hold on. Oh, what's the blue one? What's the squiddy one? Someone quick, give me a mutate card. I need a mutate card. Please give me your mutate card. Okay, while you guys give me a mutate card, I'll go through these cards. Okay, Vadrox, which is a mutate card by itself. Flying first strike. Whenever this creature mutates, you may cast target non-creature card with converted mana cost 3 or less from your graveyard without paying its mana cost. And I guess that card will be Sinister Reflections. It's an alchemy card. So it's an extra bad combo because this is like alchemy exclusive. Conjure a duplicate of each of up to 2 target non-token creatures you control into your hand. Gem Razor. We're gonna get Gem Razor. Okay, so what's the combo here? So whenever this creature mutates, you may cast target non-creature card with converted mana cost 3 or less from your graveyard without paying its mana cost, which means we get a duplicate of each up to 2 target non-token creatures you control into your hand. We keep putting... So what, we just have infinite mutate creatures? But we don't have anything infinite to do right now. We still have to cast these cards, you know? If I understand this correctly. But we just keep... So then we mutate, and then we get like another Sinister Reflections. We get more Gem Razors. Okay, whatever. It's a bad combo. I'm not going to judge. We're not going to judge the bad combos. We got Levy back. Maloku, thanks so much for the super chat. Maloku. Time Warp. Oh, and Mystic Sanctuary. I see this I see your combo. Okay, we play Time Warp, and we want to get it back with Mystic Sanctuary, but then we only get one more extra turn. But you know what? With Maloku, the Cloud Mirror has a great ability. She's a flyer, but you can pay 1, return a land you control to its owner's hand, create a 1/1 blue illusion creature token with flying. So we're going to return the Mystic Sanctuary back to our hand, replay the Mystic Sanctuary, put Time Warp back on top of our deck after we played it already, take our extra turn, and we get to do this infinitely. I like that combo. Is my cat around? Yes. Salud, you should have been around for the Ajani combo. You know the rules. If you're close enough, you have to be part of the show. You should have been there. There was an Ajani combo. There was Ajani. It got extra turns in a really convoluted way. Oh, no. Was it? Yeah, it was an extra turn combo. Oh, thank you so much, Kiosk, for becoming a member. Okay, we got it. Near Death Experience plus Plunge into Darkness. Alright, Near Death. Oops. Near Death Experience. And then Plunge into Darkness. Someone bust out a Johnny combo for my kitty. Okay, we got Plunge into Darkness. Choose one. Sacrifice any number of creatures. Then you gain 3 life for each creature. Sacrifice any number of creatures, then you gain 3 life for each sacrificed creature, or pay X life. Then look at the top X cards of your library, put one of those cards into your hand, then remove the rest from the game, and you have Entwine. Oh, we have a super chat? Alright, I'll get to your super chat. Did I miss a super chat? Oh, I did miss a super chat. You had the same combo. Okay, I'll get to that one. Very similar combo. I guess what I thought is I thought I saw the combo. And I thought that was your super chat. Okay, so how does it? Near-death experience. At the beginning of your upkeep, if you have exactly 1 life, you win the game. So I guess the idea is sacrifice any number of creatures, then you gain 3 life for each sacrificed creature, or pay X life, then look at the top X cards of your library, put one of those cards into your hand, remove the rest from the game. Sacrifice any number of creatures, and then you choose to pay X life. You can pay all your life except 1. That's neat, actually. That's a neat combo. Is this like well known or something? This is it really that simple? I mean, it's instant speed too. You have near death experience on the battlefield, and you just play plunge into darkness at end of turn. Yeah, you're paying down to 1 life at instant speed. This is insane. This actually is I would say this is a good combo I never heard of. This is a very good 2-card combo. This is literally a 2-card instant speed too. And it doesn't like cost you anything to put the near-death experience on the battlefield. That's a nice combo. Alright, Donald's with the super chat. Sorry, my friend. Mystic Sanctuary trade route. So you have a different way of doing this. So the last one was with Moloku. So you're saying we could still do the Time Warp Mystic Sanctuary thing, but we're gonna do something with trade route. Trade route instead. We got a variation of this. It's very unusual. 2 people super chat with like basically a similar combo. Okay, trade routes. Ah, yes, blue 1 generic. Enchantment. Pay 1. Return target land you control to its owner's hand. You can also discard a land and draw a card, but you're not going to do that. You're going to return the Mystic Sanctuary back to hand and do it infinitely. So you put it back to hand, you replay it, you put your time... Well, you say, step 1, play Time Warp. Step 2... play Mystic Sanctuary, put Time Warp back on top, and then on following turns, play trade. Whenever you put the Mystic Sanctuary back into your hand. Okay, Zcon. The hell is that? Okay, we need Forest. Okay, this is the first time that Forest is actually a part of the win condition. Chancellor of the Tangle. Nourishing Shoal. And pitch Autochron Worm. Autochron? Have I been actually saying this wrong the entire time? I always thought it was Autochron Worm. Autocon. I guess it's just called Autocon. What the? There's so many cards to this combo. Ooh, Kabi, Drake, and Fortifying Draught. We gotta limit these combos to like 4 cards. And then Fortifying Draught. Thank God I know what some of this stuff does already. Uh-oh! Fortifying... You gotta be kidding me. We got this far and we don't know what the Okay. Draught. D-R-A-U-G-H-T. Okay, what is going on here? Okay, we've got Forest, Chancellor of the Tangle. You may reveal this card from your opening hand. If you do, at the beginning of your first main phase, add green to your mana pool. So you start the game with this thing. Oh, is it over already? Okay, so we start the game with a green and a Forest apparently. We Nourishing Shoal to gain a lot of life from the Autochron Worm. How much life do we gain? We exile a green card. Where X is where mana cost X from your hand rather than pay its spell's mana cost, and you gain X life. So X is going to be like 14 or something. Uktabi says Flying Haste with Echo, so you play this guy with your haste, and then you Fortifying Draw it. You gain 2 life, so we gained 16 life so far. Target creature gets plus X until end of turn, where X is the amount of life you gained. So we gained, if I understand correctly, we gained 16 life. This thing's going to get plus 16. So we're at 18 damage. Are we missing some damage? I think we're missing some damage. Two. Don't we gain this is, oh sorry, this is 15. Yeah, you're right, it's 15. So we're dealing 15, 16, 17, 19 damage. 19. So we almost kill them turn 1. That's the combo. We put them to 1. What if they play Near Death Experience next turn? Then you lose. Well, I guess no, you still win, I guess. You gain 2 life from the draw. Yeah, it said 19 damage. Okay, well, I mean, if that's what you wanted to do, it's done. I mean, what a way to start the game. Turn 1, 19 damage, and then, you know, put the... I mean, you're probably going to win next turn. I mean, you just have to untap, and this Uktabi Drake will finish them off. I mean, they have to kill it. You put them in a position to kill it, or they're dead. Yeah. LOL, I like this response. LOL, it's not even a turn 1 kill with this combo. So yeah, if they play a fetch, they're dead. Okay, Joseph has a super chat. Swans of Bryn Argyle, Pariah, and Mana Barbs. Swans of Bryn Pariah. This is my infinite money glitch. These shows, Mana Barbs. Okay, so what's the deal? So whenever a source would deal damage to swans, prevent the damage, draw that many cards. Pariah says, enchant creature. All damage that would be dealt to you is dealt to the creature instead. And then Mana Barbs, whenever a player taps a land for mana, Mana Barbs deals 1 damage to that player. So you're going to deal damage to yourself, which means it's going to go to the swans. So you get to tap your mana and also draw. You get to draw cards every single time you tap mana. That's a beautiful combo. Thank you so much for that super chat. Okay, that's it for today. Thanks so much for being here. It was a great show where we get to look at all these terrible, bad combos. And if you want to be part of that show, you got to be here Monday to Friday, 8 o'clock a.m. Central Standard Time. You got to be there or be square. Thanks, everyone, for supporting the channel, becoming members, the super chats, becoming patrons on Patreon. Links to all that stuff in the description. Thanks so much because, hey, help support the show and make sure that I'm here every morning. But thank you guys for being here, because without you guys, I'd have nothing. I'd have no material. I'd have to go into my comment section and slowly go through all of them. No, you guys are the show. Without you guys, I'm nothing. So, as usual, you keep brewing up those coffees, coffee crew, and we'll keep brewing up the magic. Take care of yourselves, and I will